lot of the.
It does. A great Tuesday evening. It is a great evening in City Brownsville. Um, yeah, and I think Frankie and I were struggling with getting online for some reason. I was struggling because my computer did an automated upgrade or something. Is that what that's what it's called, right?
Something like that.
Did an automatic upgrade and it didn't want to get into Safari. Safari didn't want to click in, and that was pretty horrible. So I tried. No, Chrome didn't want to go in, so I went into Safari. Safari didn't want to go in. The computer was supposedly doing a download and still doing a download. So I said I got so desesperado that I just decided to like turn the computer off and then back on. It didn't fix anything. That's such
Rookie.
technology. Well, hey, and you're still struggling. El Frankie, the dynamic duo. Yeah. Este, don't make his head big.
Still a little bit big.
Huh? Too late for that?
Um, no, everybody's just really excited of the football game that's coming up.
Dallas Cowboy game?
Something like that. Hey, they're doing pretty good.
Oh,
It was a good Thanksgiving. It was a good week for Brownsville schools, for the city of Brownsville. Good for
sports wise.
some, bad for others.
Sports wise?
Sports part.
Sports wise.
Oh, sports wise, yeah. I guess for the city too. This is supposed to be the farthest a Brownsville school has gone.
Well, one of the questions I think, oh, shoot. One of the questions that I think I saw that popped up on one of your posts was, do you really think it's going to get any farther? Because I think what happens is, and I mean, I was there when we went all the way to, I think I can't think the quarter, not the quarters, but the 16, the top 16.
Yeah, at the Alamo Dome, I went with you.
Yeah. And it was Hannah, I think, that went all the way up there. And I think what happens, and again, not trying to say anything, but I think what happens is that when we're playing a lot of the teams like that play football the same way we do, Frankie, then you know we're gonna make it that high. But then you start hitting the teams like from Austin, Houston, Dallas, and other cities out there, and it just becomes a different type of game, don't you think? And I say this, and I'm trying to figure out a way to say this so I won't sound too negative. But once you start, like, I saw this at the Hannah game because I got to be down on the field side, Frankie. We went down there, and you saw all my Hannah kids, and they were about my size, and maybe some of them a little bit, shorter than me. And then you started to see the other team players. And oh my God! I mean, you're going like, how the hell are high school students 7 feet tall? I mean, how do they weigh 400 pounds? But that's the type of player that you start playing in these top games, no?
Yeah, once you start going into Corpus, San Antonio, that's when you really see the difference in talent and size. But either way, it's historical. It's never been done. Do they have a chance? Anything can happen, but the team they're going up against is very very good. But we've managed so far. I think it's just exciting. The last time I remember, besides Hannah, when we went, that was a lot of fun because it was at the Alamo Dome, and we were leading, and we thought that we were going to keep on going. But the last time was when Porter, back in Billy Garza's day, and I think they played Gregory Portland. Uh, that's the last time that I remember a Brownsville team go far. But we'll see. Hopefully, hopefully Brownsville residents turn out. I know Corpus is going to come in droves. So I think, how much do you think the stadium holds, Erasmo? 5,000?
I don't think it holds that much.
3,000?
Maybe three to four.
I'm sure we can pack another 1,000 somewhere. No?
Well, it's going to be interesting because I actually thought about that. I mean, wouldn't it be better, Frankie, at this point, to have the game at Sports Park or something?
At the sports park. I don't know. I don't know. I know there's a big I guess one-sided
Yep.
bleacher, but yeah, I don't know. We have to think big. Texas football is big, and veterans has been, I guess, competing, but we'll see.
Well,
I just think that it's, in my opinion, it's going to be packed.
one of the things that a lot of people make mention, they said if we only had a venue, and I think that's where the Sports Park doesn't hit the mark, because you'd think it's a sports complex, you know. You think we'd have be prepared for major events like that one. Oh, the capacity of Sam Stadium is 10,000. How?
Damn. I'm thinking they would put people on the end zones, but even then, 10,000. I don't see 10,000. And the parking there. Jeez.
10,000 according to employees from stadium. That just doesn't sound right.
Nah, I want to say five,
Nah.
six, sardine style.
Now, did you get a ticket for the game?
No, I have seen them go for like $11, but no, I haven't gotten one yet. I'm not gonna go. I'd rather televise it for those types of games. I'd rather be home. Are you gonna go?
Uh, no, I considered it, and then I thought, well, it's probably not going to be the greatest seat in the house,
Yeah.
uh, and the weather might not be all that great out there. So, and I need to be in Matamoros that evening anyway. So I'm thinking, hey Rudy, I'm thinking I'm going to pass this time around, but I was thinking of what kind of response could I give. Heard that they may park at iTech campus and bus to stadium.
Even then, it's gonna be bad.
It's going to be horrible. Yeah, it's going to be horrible. I'm going to be out there in Matamoros, and I'm going to say I gave up my seat so that someone else could watch the game. Um, but I'm wishing them all the luck. Hola chulo. I actually bought two T-shirts from
Veterans.
yeah, from veterans.
Let me
And
get one.
so guys, there's T-shirts for sale. Uh, Local businesses are out there, selling shirts. So go support local business, and let everybody win. Not only our our veterans, but also let everyone in Brownsville win. Let small business win, and go out there and get a damn shirt. Uh, I would say, Frankie, that you could use one of my shirts. I actually bought two shirts because they have two different styles of shirts. I'd actually say, hey, Frankie, you could use my shirts, but you're a couple of sizes bigger than me.
I think I fit into a large. The medium, I'm pushing
No,
it. The,
no, puppy. There's no way that you're a large, Frankie.
the large,
Frankie, I just saw you last week.
I can
That's
pass.
not a large body.
That was after I ate a lot.
That's like an extra large body there. Someone out there wished you condolences for your loss, and Frankie did lose a member of his family last week. How are things with the family?
Um, it's tough. It's never easy. Going through these past few months has been full circle for me professionally and uh, personally. Uh, it's never easy, but we have to find the good in life. As difficult as it is, we're still struggling. We're never going to be the same. People are never the same. You just have to learn how to adapt and, you know, walk to that drum beat. I think life is beautiful. We got to find purpose. But yeah, I appreciate people reaching out and sending condolences. It's always good.
One of the things that I thought was it was different actually, and I'll say this much because I did get to go to the I did get to go to the service. I think it was on was it Friday. I think it was Friday, and I paid my respects. I think well a lot of people and this is kind of the weird thing. I went to pay my respects to the Olivo family, and when it's in that type of circle, everyone was not too surprised that I was there because it was like, oh, because we're family. On Saturday, it was more of a like, oh, why is it Osmo here with some people? But
Who is this loser?
yeah, like what the hell is it? Why is it Osmo here?
Security.
Yeah,
Security.
yeah, call security. But it was more of a oh, did I know? Let me say, they got. I think her pastor was the one. It was her pastor, her nephew,
Yeah.
that gave the message. And let me say, not the greatest pastor, not the greatest pastor in Texas or north of Mexico. There's only one. So, but it was all right. I mean, he did an okay job, but well, not great. But and nothing against the pastor, but didn't do a great job. It was just kind of lame. But he asked individuals if they wanted to pass and speak, and I said like, I got to go up there and do hit it out of the park, do something good. But I said nah, I wanted to do the nice thing,
Thank
and I
God.
said yeah,
Thank God.
I wanted to do the nice thing, so I said nah, let it just ride. But then you went up there and you did something that I thought was kind of on the weird side, but different on the different side. I'll say that the different side, where you thanked the place that gave a lot of comfort towards the end. Is it Sunhaven?
Yeah, Sunshine Haven in Olmito.
Haven. I thought that was kind of cool because I think a lot of times a lot of folk don't appreciate these places as much as they should, and really they're in a very very tough position because you are dealing with the end of the life of the loved one, the individual out there, and you have to be on the nice side. And if I'm understanding the way everything went, they did a great job.
Yeah, for those individuals that aren't aware or familiar with the place, Sunshine Haven is a facility. It's a hospice care in Olmito, and the beautiful thing about that was the the attention that they gave and the service and the care. But it's a place where individuals, because I personally I would want to be at home, but it was her choice, and people say it's never good whenever it's at home. You won't ever get that I guess
Care.
the image or that out. But I respected her wishes, and we found this place, and I would really recommend for individuals to look into it. Uh, we have nothing but great things to say. It's a nonprofit organization that is nonprofit. They don't charge the community for it. Of course, the insurance and takes care of some things, but more
Medicare.
than anything, donations. They do need a lot of help with, toiletries, jabón para lavar, jabón para lavar las manos, wipes, pampers, cleaning supplies, anything like that. Even our time, if we go clean the garden. But the reason why I included in my speech at Asma was because people, when a family is going through something that serious, it's very difficult. It's your emotions are high, and it's just a bad space to be in. And we found a lot of comfort. My family felt comfortable. The place was clean. The attention was top notch, and I think that's very important, especially for if someone is going through a difficult circumstance. But shouts out to Sunshine Haven, nonprofit organization. We could donate money, our time, or uh, you know resources. It'd be great.
Well, I thought. it was very very nice, and I actually never seen that, and I've actually dealt with Sunshine Haven before, uh, not with any family member, if I'm not mistaken, but they have been very very attentive to several individuals out there in the community, and I think that's really really very important. So yeah, shouts out to Sunshine Haven.
Rookie. I guess he's switching. There he is.
No, I was trying to get back on my computer and get off my damn phone. It's crazy. But no, hats off to Sunshine Haven and everything that they do for the community. It's really very, very, very important. And it's one of those things where you might think, well, out of sight, out of mind. You never know. One of the things that I posted, I don't know if you saw this post. I'm sure you did, but I did get to, I did get a chance to have some time with my sister and my mom out there, and I put up a post. I said, "Hey, it's kind of trippy that uh, for the first time, oh no, in a long time, I got to see my family members, and in a way, it's kind of like on a kind of a sad thing, that. And I told Claudia, my sister, I said, "Man, it's kind of trippy." And my mom, I said, "It's kind of trippy that we just get together more now in funerals than any other type of event." But that's just a part of life, and we're seeing more of each other during funerals and before, and it's because we're all getting older, you know. So we're at that age in our family that we're going to start to see each other a lot more because of more people passing away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's totally understandable, and it is unfortunate. I think the cool thing about my experience these past few months has been my interaction with my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. Everybody has given their part, demonstrated some sort of help. If it's not gas money, food money, it's time. But I think it is always important for the family to reach out, and again, we all have our lives, and as they say, the most important thing that we have in our life is time. But it's nice, at least once a month, maybe once every 3 months, holidays, things like that. But what I liked about this, and you're right, it's always the case, funerals bring people together, and maybe it's a good time to reflect. And I don't know, I just, despite the circumstances, I did like how people were reaching out, how my family felt that presence, that love. But you're right, it is important for us to reach out and not just bump into each other at funerals and say, "Oh, hey, you're here," type of deal.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't plan on doing anything different. I did not plan to go visit with my family more. Este,
Ooh.
well, it's just, and Frankie knows our family. It's not what we do, And I think it's kind of weird, but it doesn't mean that you don't care. It's just I think we as a family work better the farther apart we are. Does that sound weird?
Nah. I understand we're all busy, we're all got our lives and stuff like that, but I think it's important. I think
Well, I don't want
family, I
my
don't know,
I don't want my family
at least
visiting.
once a year, at least
I don't
twice
want
a year,
I
something.
don't want my family visiting regularly and then walking out of my office with TVs.
Oh well. At least I told you I was doing it.
Well,
There's,
yeah.
there's people that do it behind your back. At least I
Well,
did.
that's why I got a camera system at the office. When they play the schools with all the big black boys, these skinny Mexicans can't compete.
I
Uh, I
beg to
think
differ.
I think that's a little bit of what I was trying to say, but in a harsher way. Let's get to the comments. Good evening, good evening, good evening. They are blue chip recruits relating the message for a friend. Blue chip recruits. Well, hope y'all had an awesome Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? Talking about Julian Morales, the man that went to Las Vegas, I think.
My Thanksgiving was a little bit different. We went to Luby's. It was crazy packed,
Luby?
surprisingly. Uh, it was it was nice to go. Luby's always hits the spot. I had a little bit of turkey, a little bit of ground beef, a little bit of everything, pretty much
Kobe.
salad. I ate a lot, but it was a little bit different.
I I stayed home. Did I? Well, I we had the one that you didn't go to again. To the I had the Thanksgiving meal at church. It was a big success. There was a lot of people, a lot of new faces came by. It was just a great event. And then on Thanksgiving Day, I had a Thanksgiving at my attorney's house, Angela's house, and that's all I did. I actually went back to work, did a lot of work. The excitement is palpable, and supporting our kids is what it's all about. A win will be fantastic, but as long as we have a safe game, it will be awesome. Yeah, and I think what Terry means by having a safe game is we don't want those big black kids destroying us.
Are people complaining because did somebody say something about not supporting veterans or something? I've seen several people like, I understand uniting behind Brownsville and stuff like that, but somebody made kind of it felt like if people were saying, "Oh, these other schools aren't supporting, and how can you not support a Brownsville school and or a Valley school?" Or did I hear that, or people just Brownsville United? Yeah,
I think a lot of people were just bitching about just to bitch because I've seen a lot of support out there. Actually, I saw Lopez High School put up on their marquee. You know how it's one district, one team, and go Chargers. And I think that was kind of nice. For Lopez to do that. I've seen a lot of people, Frankie, out there, like even politicos. One of my friends, Judge Linda Salazar, put up a post saying, "Hey, we're wearing red to support veterans." I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, might help that election season's on the horizon, but I thought it was still kind of cool. I kind of debated because you don't want this to sound too like now I'm a Charger fan, but I am a Charger fan. I'm a student fan, so I did buy the shirts from a local vendor, and I'm hoping to have them on Friday, and that's the shirt that I'm going to wear on Friday. Might wear both of them, one in the part time midday, and then the other the rest of the evening. So I'm not sure. Stadium fits 10,500.
that doesn't seem right.
How? Huh?
That doesn't seem right.
How?
I don't see it. How
I
much do you
mean,
think each side sits?
I
1,500?
I would dare say maybe 2,000 each side, 1,500. We're
I don't
talking
know
about
how.
we're
Yeah, I don't
talking
know how
about
that's.
Browns guys. We're talking about Brownsville people. Brownsville people are fat, and it's not like they have like separate seats. You're sitting on cement, Frankie.
Yeah,
You really think that 10,000 fat people are going to fit at the Sam Stadium? And nothing against fat people. They're not going to fit. Too much tamales. Too much turkey. 10,000. How? I heard 9,000 capacity at Sam Stadium. I just
I
don't
don't see
see
it.
it. Capacity 10,300.
I've
No.
heard that. I don't know.
How?
Hey, but then again, we're Mexican.
Oh, yeah. You could fit what? 1,000 Mexicans in a Volkswagen?
We'll figure it out.
And yes, Gregory Porton was the last time, and it was one hell of a game. Billy Garza gave us a great game. Billy Garza's famous.
I don't know why he doesn't have a statue or something.
Huh?
I don't know why he doesn't have a statue in Brownsville.
It's kind of trippy because I think one of the reasons why William Garza continues to run is because he thinks that everyone's going to associate him with Billy Garza. It's not the thing we associate William Garza with. You know what we associate William Garza with, right?
Tourism,
Huh?
tourism, hotels.
Running naked on International Boulevard.
It happens. Who hasn't run naked on International Boulevard? Come on now. I
It's
can
kind
either
of
confirm or deny.
well, when you're taking pics, and then it's kind of a not a great thing to do. But it's kind of funny that you say that because Porter, Billy Garza, running naked. The first memory that I have of Porter High School was a senior running naked down the hall.
There you go.
It's like maybe it's something in the southmost water or something that makes people run naked around there. I don't know. One of the
Hey,
things that I thought that I saw, Frankie, that was I thought was kind of like lame was the mayor of the city of Brownsville was out there at veterans last week, going like, "Hey, rah rah rah, veterans!" I hadn't seen him in months.
yeah, it's been a while. The last time I think was was he with the zip line, the zoo zip line? The zoo
Yeah, yeah,
recently.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. The
I
groundbreaking or something.
yeah, I think I saw him there. I don't know. I guess like mayor, you got to hit your rounds, but yeah, I haven't seen him around.
Well, he's going to have a coffee with a mayor thing at talking about Luby's at Luby's.
Oh, that's different. That's nice.
I think 8:30 to 9:30.
When
The first week of December, I think December 6th or 7th.
we
Does
should
anyone
go?
know?
I've always
Anyone?
wanted to go to one of them.
Huh?
I've always wanted to go to, and then at Luby's.
Yeah, you gotta think about Luby's. I see. Puro 956. Hey Rudy. Uh Carly. Let's see. I'm going. I'll regret it if I don't go to this historic game, especially if veterans win. Ah, very true.
A they're building a parking lot, or they're modifying a parking lot, or
Yeah,
they're making more room.
yeah.
It won't be ready, right?
Oh no.
No,
No,
it's
it's a mess.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, it's delayed. I think, but traffic's gonna be horrible. Try and get a ride if you can. Go in bunches.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why they said they were wanting to park at iTech and bus. And that kind of crap doesn't work.
There's a tailgate as well from 4 to 6. I saw it out there. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And like Cane's, Waterburger, and I forgot what else. Free food.
Well, I wonder if anyone has thought. Again, I mentioned it last week because someone had sent it to me. Hey, Commissioner Los Santos is on. I was wondering if he would know about the coffee talk. Oh, but someone had made mention about having a pitada for veterans after the game, and I said, "Well, it's got to be down Military Highway." But that would be kind of cool.
Pita, that's so Mexican. Hulu's got to come down and interview these guys, the Michael Rodriguez and the creators of the pita, because that's pretty cool. It's something unique. I've heard of people come from like Harlingen and La Feria after a Cowboy game,
Just to
but
do a pitada.
I don't think it would hit on military. Do you think it's
Well,
too?
maybe Palm Boulevard, Frankie.
I don't know. I know they're gonna have well. I'm sure they're having a pep rally.
Oh, at veterans.
They would have to. No, this is
Well, yeah.
historic. Now, are they gonna have like a send off? Like we're gonna cheer them on their way to the stadium? That I don't know. Someone also suggested, oh, they need to come out on the Christmas parade, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Like
it's already, and that's around the corner, if I'm not mistaken, in the next 2 weeks or so,
is it December 6th?
something like that. It's within this next 2 weeks.
I think it's a day that I'm not going to be here. I can't remember. But Christmas parades kind of suck. I went on a cruise. I gained 3 pounds, unlimited food. That's where you were at. Julian provides my meat on the weekends. Have you tried his meat?
Don't ask.
Huh?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Have you tried Julian's meat, Frankie?
He's got good meat.
Huh?
He's got good meat.
He's got good meat.
Turkey too.
Turkey, my God. The cat in the background is my baby. Or the one on my shirt, on my sweater. These cars will be nice. No injuries in general. We're wearing Charger colors at work all of this week. Yeah.
I think they're having like one particular day do something. I think yesterday was red. I need to check.
I think tomorrow's white.
Tomorrow's black, white.
White. Yeah. And Wednesday, I think, is I might be wrong. Blue? Or was today white? Not sure. There was mention of the thickness factor at some stadium, the fat people. Well, maybe back in 1957 when built Brownsville people were smaller to fit that many. Maybe.
I think it's going to be at full capacity, obviously, but I want to say 5,000, 6,000, maybe. I don't see 10,000 people in there.
No way. Hey, Juarez Productions.
Promotions.
Productions. Juarez Promotions?
I think so.
Let me tell you, these guys are amazing. One of the things I like about Juarez Promotions is that they go out there and they have these camps with kids. Talking about giving back to the community. They have these programs with kids. And one of the things I've been to their gym many times, actually. One of the things that I thought was kind of really, really commendable about Juarez Promotions was how Coffee with Mayor, December the 13th at 8:30 a.m. Thanks, Commissioner Santos. One of the things about Juarez Promotions is they work a lot with a lot of autistic kids, and they have autistic kids out there boxing. Frankie,
What I also like about them is, and you're right, they do have. And when you look on Rudy Juarez's page, he's got like 20 or 30, man, 40 kids. And what I like about him is that it's a family event. They're feeding them. They have barbecue. They have food for them. You can see the impact that the Juarez family has had on his community, on the city. Now he's, you know, now he's a promoter. Now he's been signing local Valley fighters from Mexico. He's got a good thing going for the city of Harlingen at their convention center / hotel. We need a Commissioner de los Santos and all the other commissioners that are watching this. We need to do something at the event center, or we need to do something at the sports park with the Juarez promotions. I think that the sports park would be ideal. Something big capacity. We could probably fit 1,000, 2,000 people, but the Juarez
not 10,000
have a really good thing going, and they're giving people opportunity. That's all we could ask for.
Yeah. Let me say again, I like the work that they do with down by the border. I think Omar has been a champion. Omar Juarez has been a champion out there with down by the border, and I appreciate that. The streakers, chale. Ya le cayó la mosca la leche. You had to mention the absent mayor. Well, it's just so unfortunate. You've got these individuals that are in these elected positions, and you expect them to be a little bit more on the vocal side. Let me say, one of the things that I was very surprised with was how UTRGV actually went out there and finally purchased the Majestic, which had been in the talks for the longest time, and they finally bought it out, and they're planning to renovate it into a performing arts center type of thing, Frankie. And I think that's great. And again, one of those things that you you want to applaud the city on. Finally we got rid of that, and somebody else that is very very rich is going to foot the bill. My thing is, if I think if Trey Mendez was still mayor, Frankie, he'd be out there, you know, publicizing it, going out there and posting about it and talking about it, like for a couple of days. Haven't heard the mayor say anything about it. Anything. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen Commissioner Los Santos or anybody else or Commissioner Pedro Cardenas, because it is in District 4. I haven't heard anyone say anything about it. Am I wrong?
No, I really haven't heard much. I'm talking about the team.
Anyone on that thing? No.
Yeah, I think now with all this, festivities that they're gonna have, I'm sure they'll honor them and give them, their time at the commissioner's court or before the commission. But I think all the recognition right now is being given by the people. I think it's pretty cool how everybody's like uniting, like woohoo, unite Brownsville. But I don't know.
Well,
We'll see how the politicians come around.
But don't you think it's a missed opportunity for someone in city commission to go
Well,
out there and say,
of
"Hey,
course, it's good PR. It's good, picture moment. It's good publicity. It's hot. This is the topic of discussion.
nothing." I haven't, again, and Commissioner Los Santos, I think, is listening. Shared it within an hour of their post. Oh, Commissioner Los Santos said he posted about it. Yeah, but don't you think it would have been a great opportunity, like for the mayor to be out there, maybe a picture out there, guys, with the majestic marquee saying, "Ta-da!" Frankie, something. Again, my I hadn't seen Commissioner Los Santos post, but great. But isn't it like a missed opportunity? This is big. It's bigger than us having to foot the bill for El Jardín Hotel, which I think is going to be a piece of crap.
I do think some people are using it to their advantage. They're politicizing it, but hey, that's the season. Is it a failed opportunity? I don't know. I think as long as you know, they wholeheartedly support and reach out and things like that, but you know, it
Wait,
would be good for them to be part of it, of course.
the Christmas parade is on Saturday from 8:30. No.
Would you say?
Well, according to this, I heard that they be back. December 13th is the mayor's coffee at Luby's from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We should go.
I'm not gonna go.
I'll take my grandpa.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. But it's just kind of disappointing. You know, uh, what is he going to say? Never going to answer the questions that really matter. And will they take the real tough questions? I might be tempted to go just to see, to be proven wrong. But I'd like to go out there and be an individual that asks the questions like, whatever happened to the zoo being not accredited? Whatever happened to the promises that you made in regards to the PUB money? You promised it. What happened? What have you done? Have you guaranteed that the money is going to be given back? Which we all know it's not going to get given back. And you made promises when you were running for mayor. You know, what have you done in regards to the promises that you made?
I think everybody knows it's just PR talk,
Bullcrap.
but we'll hear similar promises
From who?
around his third, fourth year come election time.
Yeah,
But they're never going to answer that. Again, why make promises we all know you can't keep? But that's the spill. That's the lingo that they use, unfortunately, and the city of Brownsville fell for it.
Well,
I personally, um, I like my politicians to ask questions, to create opportunity for for those individuals that don't ever have a chance. It seems as if, and we always say this, it's always them and their own benefiting from it in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Um, it's like how we say, and we're gonna get in trouble, but it's like a piece of the pie. They're taking 80% and giving us 20. I would
Oh,
be okay if he
totally.
kept like 10%,
But give us the
15%,
rest.
and gave us the bigger chunk, but that's not the way it goes.
Well, the number one question that I think I would have for the mayor was, when's the last time you were actually down southmost
Playing loteria.
playing chalupa?
Hey, but he did get off the board, no? The GBIC?
I don't know.
I think he resigned or he
Uh,
stepped
if,
down.
if veterans win, they could be the next Mr. Amigo for Chow Days. Good luck to them. Oh, good luck to them, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. Um, this whole thing with I don't know what the hell is going on, and I'm sure maybe Los Santos has a clearer picture of it. You know who takes the cup questions? Well, yeah, I'd love to have Los Santos. This whole crap because Commissioner Los Santos is all involved in this Mr. Amigo or Sombrero Fest or whatever. I think he's still on the board. Separation, Frankie, of Mr. Amigo now not being in February, being in September or August.
August, September. Yeah, it's weird.
It's stupid.
I think it was a bad, again, that's my opinion. I think it was a bad turnout
It's stupid.
this past time. It just seemed as if it was the organization partying, which essentially that's what it is. But I'm so used to Charo Days, Mr. Amigo, the whole meeting at the bridge, but now it's gonna be different.
10,300. Someone sent me a screenshot. Crazy. Uh, it's just weird. Commissioner Los Santos, isn't it just too weird? He did not resign. The transition plan was adopted last year. His team term expires 90 days after the new executive director came on board. That sucks. But Commissioner Santos, isn't it weird? I wish I should have sent him a damn link. That would have been a good idea, right? I wonder if he can make it. But isn't it weird, Frankie, that and Commissioner Santos, you owe me lunch. Let me send him a link. See if he can make it. Um, isn't it weird? It's just too weird. Charo Days and Mr. Amigo. Hi there, spending the holidays down in Brownsville. It'd be good to see you. Jeremiah's Aparicio looks so different from when I remember him. You remember Aparicio, right, Frankie?
Yeah, I think he's in Tennessee or something.
I'm not sure, but I love him to death. But it looks a lot different from when I met him. He was talking about filling Sam Stadium. Estaba bien delgadito when I met him. Now he's a little bit on the chunkier side. Still handsome as crap. A little bit on the chunkier side.
Nothing wrong with being chunky.
Well, yeah. You'd say something like that. Good job, Mr. Juarez. I loved Juarez. I shared it within an hour of their post. Yeah, great job. I did not see it, but I haven't seen anybody else. Am I wrong? Has anybody else gone out there and promoted
They all have you blocked. You can't see.
maybe
That explains it.
Roy posted it. Someone is following Roy de los Santos, Melinda. One of the things that I missed about Thanksgiving is Melinda's pumpkin cupcakes. She made some amazing pumpkin cupcakes. I didn't get any this year. Also, I have not had my fix of atole. What is it called? That calabaza soup? Can't remember. But she makes some amazing calabaza atole. Amazing. I haven't gotten my fix yet.
I want some deditos and buñuelos this time.
I got your dedito right here.
Gee.
Working on big events in Brownsville.
Oh, there you go.
Juarez Promotions. Christmas parade at 7 p.m. on Saturday. I did not come out on this one. You know who takes the tough questions? Bring it on. Commissioner de los Santos. Where's my damn lunch, bitch? That's a good question. I'm supposed to do lunch. You said. You sent me a message. Still waiting. Who does the mayor work for? The people or the secret society? A secret society.
It's true.
The United Brownsville. Love how Frankie is talking football and Erasmo about the Majestic. Erasmo looks very confused. I when he was starting to say that, I'm going like, we're talking about that Majestic, bitch.
Oh yeah. Come on though. The Majestic. We'll
Well,
see how it. Do you think it's gonna go back to its old charm, or it's gonna
who?
have the buzz, right? Like
Who?
everything for a while.
Who?
The Majestic.
I'm very excited. We supposedly the middies were supposed to be buying up the Majestic and fixing it up. I kind of remember that as soon as Commissioner de los Santos popped in. But so I was kind of like, weren't the MIDI supposed to be doing this? Or the MIDI Foundation, or as Commissioner Santos would say, or the MIDI District, which I'm not sure because I get that confused a lot. But something about the MIDIs, weren't they supposed to be doing something with the Majestic, Commissioner?
So if you look at the post where I shared the UTRGV post, the UTRGV purchased it from the MIDI Foundation.
Oh, I see that. We did not know that.
Yeah.
Because I knew and that they were going to be involved some way or something. So I thought like, well, weren't they wanting to pick it up, or did they just acquire it to sell it off, or did they just get a deal that couldn't be refused?
We've always been looking for something that we could either build or fix up, and then if we find a long-term tenant, to generate a revenue stream, and those revenues would go to the local MIDI cultural district to fund them. But we didn't have anyone who was interested in a long-term lease on the Majestic. UTRGV was interested in purchasing.
And let me say, I'm glad that the UTRGV, because I mean they've got that bank account that will never end. They got if I'm not mistaken, they are the richest, or not, if not one of the richest higher education institutes in the world.
I think you're right.
In the world, because of all the oil money
Mm-hmm.
that those suckers get. You're talking about a giant in regards to uh, consequence. So for them to want to invest in the Majestic, I thought that was kind of great, because I remember back then when we were supposed to get when we were buying the Casa de Nylon building. You remember that, Commissioner? That
Oh yeah.
commission, a couple of somebody back. This is way before your term. Before your term, they were going like, "Oh well, we bought it because UTRGV UTBTS or UTBTSC. They want to take it off our hands, so we had to buy it." And then Julieta Garcia goes, "I'm never going to set foot in that piece of crap building." So it was kind of a trippy deal. So, but I'm glad that UTVRGV now is going to invest in downtown. It's great, and
Yeah.
and I think Commissioner Santos has been around for a while to know that I've been a little bit on the critical side in regards to a lot of the renovations downtown. But no, I'm glad that such a rich entity is taking an interest in it.
Yeah, and Dr. Bailey is very interested in developing the presence of UTRGV in downtown, even beyond just this acquisition. And we look forward to doing what we can, whether it's the city of Brownsville working with UTRGV, whether it's the MIDI Foundation with working with UTRGV. We want to make sure we help them out because they'll be a great neighbor in downtown Brownsville for us.
Yeah.
When was the last time it was in operation? 60s, 70s?
No, the Majestic, I want to say it was just 80s, even the early 80s, someone said, I thought. Late 70s, early 80s, because I saw someone just post today that when Star Wars first came out in the late 70s, they saw it there at the Majestic.
Yeah, I think it was the late 70s. I actually, and this may age me a little bit. I actually went to the Majestic Theater, and I don't know if y'all remember the Victoria Theater.
Mm-mm.
No, you're too young. You youngins, you youngins. El Victoria was out here on 14th Street. I think it's a adult daycare
Oh
facility now.
wow. No, definitely don't remember that.
Yeah, I
I remember
actually.
the drive-ins.
You remember the drive-ins?
I remember the drive-in on Boca Chica, and there was a drive-in on Southmost. I remember those.
I went to both actually in my time. So, but yeah, Victoria was there on 14th Street. I never got to go to the Capitol. I think the Capitol was before my time, but I think Majestic was still around actually. So I actually went to Papa has a weird story. Papa has a weird story about the Majestic. Papa says that he would go to the Majestic, and one time he uh hooked up with this girl. This is Papa's story, and and he was like making out with her inside the theater, and then walked out and saw her in the light, and he threw up.
Oh my God.
It happens.
Papa, that's his Majestic story. You know, one of the things that and this is one of the reasons why the most important question, Commissioner Santos, is where's my damn lunch?
I just told you mañana. I said you guys are both invited.
Okay,
You
good.
and Frankie.
Because one of the things that because this is one of the things that I want to talk to you about in private. I'll tell you private. There's
Okay.
a couple of friends of mine from Mexico that are wanting. They're crazy because most gay people are crazy, but they went out there and they said that they're going because they were asking me about the podcast and stuff and how to. They're actually going to make a gay novela and all the drama that goes around in the gay thing. And I said, let me tell you. And I told them, I said, there'd be an audience for that crap, you know, because and there'd be a major audience because, and they're going to start off on YouTube actually. So this is one of the things
Interesting.
they're going to start on YouTube, and it's going to be a Mexican gay novela crap about all the stuff that happens. I don't know why. I don't know why Commissioner Santos popped up and that came to my mind, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting, it'd be a kind of the cool side. And I think it's because of all this stuff that's going on with the Majestic and all this stuff. It's just a lot of great opportunities, for a lot of the different little niche groups. Because one of the things that we have in Brownsville is that Brownsville Film Society crap, something, no?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Can you imagine the Brownsville Film Society, the Brownsville Performing Arts Group? There's all these little groups. And one of the groups I'm not very, very keen about, the task force, the gay task force, LGBTQI task. If all these worked together and made a Brownsville gay novela, wouldn't that be amazing? Honestly,
If it was a hit, it would be.
I think it would be a hit. You remember, it was, and again, I remember back in the days, when because it just would be kind of like really like a control shock. And if anyone goes out there and steals my damn idea, I'm going to be very, very pissed. But I remember that there used to be, I don't know if you remember this, and I let me just say I never assisted, so I never went. But I think there was a gay club that was on 77, Highway 77.
Yep.
That went dead. There was another one on Price Road that went dead, and that one I remember that one because I actually when I was running for mayor of the city of Brownsville the first time, the owners of there invited me to put up a sign at the and I'm going like, I don't know how that's going to hit. So, but you know me, you better believe I went out there and put up a damn sign. Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I just thought about that. He did not resign. The transition plan was, who the hell is this Ray Dos Santos guy?
He's a smart guy.
Why hasn't the mayor got resigned from the committee?
No. That's why I'm saying the plan was always, because we were without an executive director there.
That's not what he said.
As soon as the new executive director was hired, that's when his term would come to an end.
But that's not what he said. He said that as soon as he got to be mayor, he was going to be out of that committee. That's what he said.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
The other individual that went out there and said, hey, as soon as I get elected, before they got elected, I'm out of the BCIC. It was Linda Macias. It hasn't happened. And let me tell you, I do not like the BCIC. I'm pretty upset with them. And
Tell me why.
well, let me say one of the things that I had a conversation with them because I think it was you, Commissioner, or was it Commissioner Cardenas? One of y'all two, one of you two troublemakers. Y'all went out there and said, "Hey, no, they've got these grants out there. Gotta get people." Oh, actually, my friend Nathan out there, Nathan Burke, went out there and said, "That's what help us with this promotion, of this thing." I said, "Sure, it's for any business out there that's out
You
there."
fell for it.
And
You fell for it.
I said, like, he goes, "You apply. You're here downtown." I said, "Okay, sure." So you go out there, and I think this is one of the things that turns people off, Commissioner, and they make you jump through hoops,
I've heard.
and they ask for stuff that most small businesses here in the city of Brownsville aren't going to be able to comply with. We don't have an accountant, UTRGV. Shut up, Commissioner. Jeez, get a different cup.
That was not planned.
Get a different cup, bro. But you got small businesses can't afford to have a 5-year business outline plan and crap of stuff. The individuals that can afford to do all this stuff are the individuals that have more money and tend to get more money out there, and that kind of sucks. So
that's why I like the new grant program that we're kicking off in the new year. That one's through the city, through our grants department. That's not through BCIC, and that's 10,000. And preference to locally owned and operated business, small business, especially those that have never received a grant before.
That's the one I'm going to apply with.
Yeah.
Apply to. That's why we have to have lunch tomorrow.
Absolutely.
That's the one I need to apply.
And I can tell you there are some new rules we're looking at to tighten up so that people who have been recipients of big grants can't get appointed to boards to give out grants until it's been years later.
Let's train Frankie to fight a celebrity boxing match. Why Frankie?
Because he looks like the toughest of the three of us. What do you mean, why Frankie?
I'll need like 6 months.
Why not train? Hey, Juarez, why not train Erasmo Castro? Go out there and fight Misha de los Santos. That I'd even pay for that.
For who to fight me?
Me.
Like the MTV Celebrity Death Match.
I like that. We just donate the money to a good cause. I'm there.
Let's do it so we can get a Brownsville Boys and Girls Club back in Brownsville.
Commissioner Martinez is actually working on that.
Why does everyone steal my ideas?
Because if it's a good idea and you haven't executed, it should be stolen.
Well, I'm pretty pissed at Commissioner Martinez because I asked you that I wanted to have a conversation with him in regards to my concerns down International and Southmost. You know how many times he's called?
I'm guessing it's a round number.
Yeah, very round. So, there's and one of the things I think that he promised, again, going back into these promises that are made, like the mayor and Commissioner Macias and Commissioner Martinez, promised it was very, very accessible to the community and, he's going to answer all the questions. I've yet to hear from him. So, we'll see. Say something, damn it! Answer the tough questions. Shut up.
That wasn't a question.
Well, it was like a pitch. Speaking Spanish to emphasize the fact that the mayor of our city, predominantly Spanish-speaking citizens, hasn't even half-assed mastered the language. To his defense, I've heard him speak Spanish. He does well. He does well in Spanish. Again,
he doesn't have the accent, but he knows the language.
He knows the language. My concern is more of let's talk on this and talk on the subject matters that you promised the community while you were running. Mm-hmm. I still want to know, how bad is the zoo to being unaccredited?
Is that a question for me, or is that a question you want for the mayor to answer?
Well, I'd love for him to answer it.
And I think he, at this point, especially, I think he and I would probably have a very similar answer because the mayor, Commissioner Martinez, and myself are the three city representatives or the three city commission representatives on the subcommittee with Gladys Porter Zoo and with BISD working on Cummings, because that's the key to keeping accreditation and to being able to bring other species back to the zoo is expanding the footprint. Because AZA is back, I think, this month or next month, and as it is, standards continue to rise for how much square footage you need for different types of species. So if we don't want to keep, if we want to stop losing exhibits and losing species, we need to expand.
But I've been screaming about this for years.
Hmm.
Actually, when I was sitting on BISD board, it's one of the things that I pushed. I actually worked with commissioner with Mayor Trey Mendez, going like, and Commissioner Benice back then. I said, guys, let's just get this done, you know. And I insisted, let's get this done before the CTE program there at BISD starts working on, these $1 million expansions that we're going to do,
Hmm.
as with uh, PUB, and upping the game in regards to getting the power plant set up so that they could continue their CTE programs, which are failing right now. It's they're going bust because a lot of the things that they showed us, weren't going to even come into fruition. Mario Lozoya, who was the GBI,
GBIC.
GBIC director back then, was all about, hey, we're going to get this Toyota arm out here, robotic arm out here, and it's going, be wonderful. It hasn't been used, Commissioner. Just
Yep.
sitting there, gathering dust, like the Khajiit tablets at BISD as well, and nothing happened. But it's like every single time there's talk about it, everything just like starts to slide back. And this is one of the reasons why, I tend to bring it up regularly, because if you promised it during the campaign, during your electoral run, I better see something in regards to it coming to fruition, and I just haven't seen much on it.
I expect you will. I can tell you in 2.5 years now, I'd say I've seen more progress in the last 6 months toward that than I have in my first 2 years in office. So
So
I'm very optimistic.
are you optimistic? Are you thinking that BISD is actually going to break down with Cummings?
I do. I think we're the folks that are on the committee trying to work together are looking for a solution that's a win-win for everybody, because it's got to be a good deal for BISD so that they've got a new location for those programs that's conducive to what they want to do. It's got to be fair value for the taxpayers of BISD because it's one of their assets. And I think the city's looking to, deal fairly to acquire this. We're not looking for anybody to donate anything. We're not looking for anything for free. We want to be sure it's equal value and everybody's fairly compensated so that the zoo can thrive, BISD can thrive, and the city overall wins on both fronts.
Well, that was my fight with Commissioner Benice and Trey Mendez back there, because they were saying like, well, we want them to do. I said, it's not going to happen, guys. They're not. BISD is not. It'd be irresponsible for any board member to go out there and say, yeah, well, yeah, we'll just give it to you,
Yeah.
especially with the track record that you'll have. So it wasn't going to fly.
Mhm.
So they were pitching at it the wrong direction. One of the things that I've always mentioned, you have that other school that's only blocks away, Commissioner. It's Resaca,
The one right there on the expressway on the
yeah,
frontage road? Yeah.
Resaca, Resaca. That one could be the CTE program. It's right on the expressway. It's got access, to whereas trucks can come and go and everything. I mean, that was a great option. But it's like I'm the only one. I'm the only one with the great options out there, and it seems like nobody's listening. Because I was the one that was out there again with Commissioner Bernice and Trey Mendez trying to champion this thing. That now it's been, Commissioner, like 7 years since we were
Mhm.
talking about it back then, and barely now. It's why do the wheels turn so slow?
Yeah, that's one of the horrible things. It's a rude awakening for those of us that get into the position to represent people. Is things move so much slower than we like to.
If someone would stop traveling, then maybe I could make you something. Make me make me that damn atole. That you got to try that atole, Commissioner. Let me tell you, she makes some amazing atole de calabaza.
Nice.
knocks the crap out of you. Hola, cheese. Hey, cheese. Hey, Royal. I have to admit, Mr. Dos Santos no se saca la vuelta a las preguntas. It's true. No siempre estamos de acuerdo, pero de perdida puede leer y entender el idioma español. Gracias, señor.
A ti, Teresa.
Joven de los Santos. I saw the Monster Squad movie at Victoria Cinema. Yes! Rudy's that old. I think I watched a bunch of Pedro Infante movies back then. Back then, when you could easily bring a food into the theater. I think that's why they ran out of business because everyone would bring their own bologna sandwiches. Did you go to the Barrel House and Sportsman? Um, no. I did see a post up today by Jim Barton where they remodeled it or had been remodeled. I'm not sure. Just trying. Harrison and 14th, El Cine Victoria. Ruben Benavides had a talent show there for the longest time. Good and funny times. Pedro Infante. Yeah, there it goes. Song at the same theater. Sang at the same theater. I grew up 2 blocks away. Yeah, that's where I saw Pedro Infante. Well, not Pedro Infante, but a bunch of his movies. Roy thinking to himself, I came on this show to talk about a gay Mexican.
It's like every time I come on, Luis, somebody else brings up the topic, not me.
I don't know why I thought about that, but because the UTRGV, the theater, and then all these we were talking about all these different groups and organizations, and then I go like, oh, by the way, a nice jacket, Mr. Los Santos. I think it's a sweat.
It's actually a hoodie, and yeah, it's a gift from my ex-husband back when we were married, and it's actually a bunch of different multicolored cats and laid all over each other, so it kind of looks like camouflage. There you go. Great minds.
Is this your ex-husband? Your
I
right
only had
now?
one ex-husband.
Right now? Really? I did not know that.
What do you mean?
Oh, are you not right? Not the individual that I know.
I don't think so. No, I divorced my husband in 2020.
Oh, but then but you're still with the individual that I know. I thought you all were married.
No, no, no. I have never remarried.
Nice jacket. Yeah, let's do it. Well, yeah. Commissioner Dos Santos versus Erasmo Castro. I'm game for that. We'll do a little boxing match. We're like we'd be like the Flintstones. You know why I said that?
Why?
Have a gay old time.
Cabron.
Only I think of this kind of crap. Santos did say that at the last city commission meeting that I attended, and I welcome that statement. Good. I would put my money on Dos Santos. Shut up, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Just because he's heavier. Talking about Aparicio, I love you, puppy. Once the performing art building is complete, how is the city going to deal with parking? Oh, it's a good question. Why not collaborate with HRG to build a second parking garage?
So I know there's already several studies that have been done to identify sites that would be conducive to another parking garage. So those are things that will come in time. I think what we'll see for the Majestic initially, their performing arts center, and we see this on campuses around the state and around the country, is there'll be remote lots, and especially a lot of the parking that's at UTRGV now, and shuttles running back and forth. Especially once they have more student housing downtown. So I expect that's going to be in the cards in the future. I expect there's going to be shuttles running throughout that area around the campus and downtown Brownsville.
Well, we also have the new parking space garage or space parking lot right there next to the Majestic, the one where HEB used to be. That's a paid garage place, isn't it?
It's a paid lot right now, and I know that property owner has talked about multi-level parking in the future. I don't know how close to reality that is, or how close to breaking ground that would be.
Let me say, again, no one listens to Erasmo Castro much anymore, but I still think that we should close down half of downtown, make it into a walking, scooter, bicycle facility, and then you'd avoid the parking, and then just build another parking garage there next to the one we have or in that area, and let the rest be, and then you know your buddy Rose Gowan be happy, Erasmo would be happy, and it'd be the perfect world once Erasmo Castro and Rose Gowan agree on something in the city of Brownsville. But nobody's listening to me, Commissioner Santos. Pretty pissed about that. And I'm going to come back in 6 years and go, bitch, I told y'all this is what you have to do. Let's hear it. I'll stand corrected. I'm a big girl. Thanks for the clarification. oh, on Spanish speaking Cowan. Wasn't there a meeting about taking over the building across the zoo?
Yeah, that's the committee I was talking about. And we've been meeting with BISD and Gladys Porter Zoo. The mayor, myself, Commissioner Martinez, and then, of course, our city manager and her team have all been part of those meetings. And that's why when I was saying I've seen more in the last 6 months than I saw in my first 2 years in office. And that's why I'm more optimistic now, is specifically because of that.
What about who y'all meeting with? Are y'all meeting with the board members, the trustees, or are you meeting with the administration?
Both. On all sides, well, except for the zoo, of course. The zoo, it's just administration. And no, I take it back. Even with the zoo, it's some of their board members and administration.
No, but
and the ISD, I know the superintendent, of course, wasn't at this last one, but they've got 3 board members and administration as well. Facilities, main office.
What board members?
Right now, it's Minerva Pena, Jessica, and Denise.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen.
Trust me, things will happen.
Yeah, you're talking about the lowest IQ on the BISD board of trustees out there talking to y'all.
The elected, they chose their representatives. We work with anybody they put it for us.
It could be a great thing for the city of Brownsville because you're talking to the stupidest probably individuals that have ever been elected into office in the city of Brownsville. So
no, I can tell you the mayor is dedicated to this being a good deal for everybody. It's not going to be us taking advantage of them or vice versa.
Well, let me tell you, if there's ever been an opportunity to take advantage of stupid people, it's right now. Not even joking. I mean, honestly, put those 3 together, and you cannot come out with one college degree. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
You cannot come up with one college degree. And I challenge anyone out there. Jessica, I don't think Jessica Gonzalez has a high school diploma. Denise probably got a high school diploma, didn't have much anything after that. Minerva Pena claims to have something. I don't think that she's got anything out there either. And this is the least educated educational board representatives that has ever existed in the BISD history. Even I have a bachelor's degree. Took me 25 years to get, but I got it. Khajiit tablets classic. Yeah, this is one of the things that I think why it's kind of trippy because your stuff, sometimes, but and I know my stuff, so I can speak the lingo, and this is what I think where a lot of times, and I'm well versed, and this is what well versed in regards to several different topics here in the city of Brownsville. Whereas you have a lot of individuals out there, and again, not trying to bitch at anyone, they'll go out there and go like, and they'll go batshit crazy over like one thing and think that, no, you have to be well versed on everything. You just can't be a one-trick pony out there. I think. Should Matamoros LGBT who gained their rights just last year be included into the Brownsville movement? I don't think it was Matamoros LGBT. I think it's Tamaulipas that you're referring to, Lalo. And maybe you're mentioning Matamoros because of our closeness to Matamoros, but it's actually the movement that happened in Tamaulipas, where it's now marriages are recognized in the state of Tamaulipas. And in Mexico, it's been a state-by-state type of situation. A city cannot take that measure.
Right. And I know in Matamoros, the LGBTQ community has been active for the last several years, because when I was first elected, I received an invite from them for some of their pride events and art exhibits.
But isn't it what they're referring to, the marriage issue, Commissioner?
Most likely. And yeah, I think you're right that that was a state issue.
Yeah, Lalo. So I mean, you could clarify, but I think you're referring to the. I think, and I make mention of this because I don't know if anyone knew out there, but I do marry a lot of people, and a lot. And I've actually married, several gay. I probably have married more gay couples here in Brownsville than anyone else.
Nice.
Yeah, and but a lot of times they I prefer to keep the matter more private than anything. I've and again the other day I was asked. They said, you don't put up pictures of individuals that you marry, the same sex marriages, because I post everyone's. I said, you better believe I do. I have. I just I always ask the individuals, do you mind if the poster gets picture gets posted on social media? And not like anyone's ever going to see my page anyway. But so I always respect that. And some people say, no, do not post it. Even a lot of non same sex couples, still want it. So I'm thinking, Lalo, and I remember because it's kind of I'm not going to give out the names, but there was actually a well-known news anchor that was going to get married with a Mexican citizen, and they wanted me to marry them. But
You think are here in Brownsville?
no, I'm not going to say where. It's somewhere uh,
Okay.
in the United States, but they wanted to keep it still private because had not made mention to the. This is crazy. In 2000, what year are we in? 2020,
23.
2023. That you still got a lot of these individuals, a news anchor that still wanted their patrones not to know their bosses, and I go like, really? And so we had to keep it on the very, very hush, 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 hush.
Mhm.
And so we had a little. It's kind of a weird deal, but we actually had like a little meeting in Matamoros with her, their team and the Matamoros team and a lot of the civil activists, for the LGBT community. And they made mention, we've just recently got Tamaulipas to change and accept the marriages. So I think that's what Lalo's referring to. That's the only reason it came to my mind. Again, Erasmo Castro is well versed in everything. When events, when Erasto went to the movies, Pedro Infante was still a teenager. I hate you, Sam. Scooters are the eyesores of the city. No, let me tell you, you know that I'm the godfather of scooters here in Brownsville, right, Commissioner?
Yep.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you have noticed this, there's a lot more scooters out there in City of Brownsville. So whenever the city commissioner, and I want you to, I want this to be your number one priority
Okay.
next year, for the next year and a half that you're in office.
Uh-huh.
I want the first scooter ordinance in the city of Brownsville to be named the Erasmo ordinance.
And what will the ordinance do?
Oh, I don't care. Whenever y'all start, bitching about limiting the access of scooters here or there or somewhere, I want it to be named the Erasmo ordinance
Now, I don't anticipate us restricting access anywhere.
or something. Like,
Yeah.
well, there's someone's got to tell people like you have to use the scooters on the street and not on the sidewalks. I think San Antonio went and did that because right now people are using scooters everywhere, and I'm trying to tell them like, guys, you can't be on the sidewalks. You have to do them use it on the streets.
Are they street legal?
Yeah, well, come on, you're out there sitting butt cheek to butt cheek with Rose Gowan, bro. Come on. Well, they went out there and painted all these things on the street for the bicycle craps.
Right.
If they're for bicycles, they have to be for scooters too. No,
But the scooters are motorized.
no, they're not. They're electrical, like the same damn bicycle.
Electric motor, not gas motor.
Well, like the same damn bicycles that nobody rents, Commissioner. Nobody
No,
rents.
those bicycles are not electric.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
They're partial electric.
Where?
Don't they have a little electric motor on there?
Uh-uh.
Then who the hell is ever going to rent a non-electrical bike?
So yeah, to the best of my knowledge, they're not electric at all. And the last time I walked by one of those, every bike was flat.
No one, Commissioner. One of the things I want to do is put up a camera and just like for a whole month, and just to show the commission that none of them ever get.
Well, and to me, when I've thought about this, I feel like they're in the wrong location. I really do. To me, I would expect, it seems like if I wanted to rent a bike, I'd have to drive to the bikes to rent them. And that doesn't make any sense to me. I would think you'd put these in neighborhoods, in communities where somebody could walk a block down, jump on a bike, and now ride across town on the trails. But if I've got to drive somewhere to rent a bike, I just don't see that happening.
Well, that's why, and going back to Erasmo's amazing idea, Commissioner, that's why if we blocked off half of downtown,
Uh-huh.
you'd have individuals park and have a reason to rent a bike to ride around downtown into all the nice little coffee shops that we have now. Pedro Cardenas' little coffee shop, Zeke Silva's coffee shop, and others that might want to come. One of my favorite places downtown is the Chirinos Tacos.
Oh, yes, fish tacos.
The fish tacos. Amazing, guys. And have you had their cucumber water?
I have not.
Amazing.
Maybe we should do that for lunch tomorrow.
That sounds like a great idea.
Very good.
11 o'clock. But we'll talk about, but great, delicious thing. I appreciate, did I read that one? I appreciate the Santos provide a lot of comments and information that makes sense. Sounds promising. Please push forward, not like Cowan and Macia's silent movie, Broken Promises. I agree. And Erasmo, thanks for the thumbs down, and careful with the number of board members discussing district. If those are on the board members appointed towards the committee, if those are the board members appointed towards that committee, it was meant to be for a reason. I'm sure Erasmo has said that about other issues. Everything is meant to be. Erasmo tends to be right about most of the things he mentions, except Midi Cultural District and Midi Foundation, I think. The first scooter ordinance would be to choose where are they supposed to use the damn things. They need to observe street signs before they get run over. Sam is another one of those that did not do too well in school. Run her over. The scooter follow the same laws as golf carts do. They can be on the road. Yeah.
No, golf carts can't be on the road.
I don't know about golf carts, but
I'm about 99% sure. I think like South Padre does that because those have little license plates or something, and there's an ordinance that allows it. I don't think it's legal to drive a golf cart on the street here.
Well, remember, the first Brownsville scooter ordinance commissioner.
The Erasmo ordinance.
You got it. I appreciate that. Have the bikes at parks, not here. Shut up, Sam. You're not even here anyway. Zona peatonal, good idea. Yes, it would be amazing. And I would make my favorite commissioner all that more happy, Commissioner Rose Gowan. I'm trying to type as quick as possible before you finish the damn show. Well, my shows tend to be running like 5, 10, 15 minutes as a recent. So, yeah, I'm surprised we're at 120. Commissioner, anything else going on in the city of Brownsville before we let it go?
Not that I can think of. I know the holidays coming up. There's going to be lots of lighting ceremonies. Holiday Park already lit up on the 20th. We know Washington Park is this week. Market Square is next week. Zoo Nights and Lights is this week. So lots of festive things coming.
Yeah, they were out
Mi
there.
Metro is lighting their tree this week también.
Who?
Mi Metro bus terminal.
Yeah, I don't like those guys either. But I saw that they were putting up the tree at Market Square.
Yep.
Market Square. Yeah, good stuff. Let's do brunch. How about brunch?
We can do that.
Yeah, brunch, because I think I have to go to a wedding in Hidalgo County.
Okay.
Crazy people. It's crazy. Great show, gentlemen. Thank you. Commissioner Santos, great to have you on always.
Likewise, I always enjoy being here.
Guys, and to anyone out there not wearing cats tonight, you suck. Guys, have a great evening. Be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll see what happens. Guys, thanks for staying on so long. God, oh my God, an hour and a half. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be
Bye,
together.
guys. Bye, Teresa.
Bye.